What's good, people? Sam O'Reilly from Fight Talk. Delighted today to be joined by Lerrone Richards. How are you, mate?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. How are you?
I'm good, thank you. I want to go back a little bit. I want to get a little bit more of a background story of you and how you got into boxing and stuff. So basically, yeah, how did it come about? What first brought you in a boxing gym?
Well, initially, my dad used to do a little bit of Thai boxing when he was younger,
All right.
and he's always loved boxing. So, at the age of 6, my dad took me to the boxing gym. My first boxing club was Kingston Amateur Boxing Club, where I was trained by an old school trainer called Freddie Barr. So I started off there, and I was there for a few years, good 6, 7 years, just learning my fundamentals, and then I decided to take it a little bit more serious. I met a man called Tim Ward. He used to do a little bit of training with Lenny Dawes at the time, and he said, "Oh, you got a little bit of talent," and that he said I should move to Repton. So from there, I went to Repton, and then from there, just started. From there, I went to Repton and started boxing more seriously.
Yeah.
Had a few fights under my belt, and it just started from there. Really went on from there. Really, yeah.
At what age and at what point do you realize this is your career choice? This is the path you want to take in your life?
Uh, do you know, initially, do you know when you start something young, it's like, it's all fun, it's just like a nice hobby, and
Yeah.
as you get older, you realise that you're good at it and stuff like that, and when I realised I was good at it, and I started to fall in love with the sport, that's when I knew that I wanted to pursue it as a career.
Yeah, and then there's no looking back. Then once you decided, obviously the game is tough as boxing. It's got to be 100% commitment, hasn't it?
That's right, it sort of dawned on me when I went to college. After I finished college, I got my A-levels, and I had to make a choice then, either to go to university or even just pursue this boxing 100%, and I chose boxing,
Yeah.
and yeah, I haven't looked back, yeah, haven't
What,
looked back
what
at all.
about the gym, the iBox? When did that happen? Obviously, a part of a big, good, very good, thriving stable there, and the gym's
Yeah,
buzzing. There's a lot of boys that have just turned over pro, and I've seen you there supporting them at York Hall and stuff. When did it happen for you that you first got introduced and sort of became a part of the iBox?
well, obviously initially when I turned professional, um, I was training at the TKO, but then I had like a two year sort of gap, a little break, due to sort of contract dispute
Oh, was
with
it?
my previous manager. Yeah, and what happens that because I'm close to Bradley Skeete, because I've known Bradley for years now, for a few years since we was young. I contacted Bradley and I said, "Oh, Brad, uh, is it possible if I can come down to the gym and train with Al?" He said, "Oh yeah, Lerrone, no worries. Like I'll sort it out. I'll ask Al and you can pop down to the gym." And from there, literally, I think it was the same day he messaged me saying, "Oh yeah, pop down this time," with the address, and I popped down, and I've never turned back since.
That's nice. I mean, what about your training part? You just mentioned Bradley Skeete. There can't be much someone
Yeah,
better
I've
to
got
train
Bradley
with.
Skeete there. I've got Johnny Garton, English welterweight champion. Brad being a British champion. We've got Adam Deansdale. We've got Lewis Petit. We've got his brother Jake Petit as well. And we've got Callum Miles as well, who I think he had his debut
Last Saturday, wasn't it?
couple, yeah, a
Yeah.
couple of weeks where he got a nice good stoppage, which was impressive. So we got a good stable. And Daryl Williams, sorry, forgetting Daryl, because he's boxed for the English super middleweight title
Yeah.
against Smile in Leicester on the 22nd of April. So
Yeah, I like Daryl. I interviewed him myself. He was one of my first interviews, like over a year ago. He's a lovely bloke, and he's a
yeah,
guy that he deserves his shot at the big stage and the big arenas, and hopefully he comes through that.
absolutely, absolutely. Yeah, that's the plan anyway. Because with Daryl, he's sort of being sort of kept out of the limelight. He's sort of done thing undercover.
Yeah,
It's
exactly.
obviously now it's time for him to start pushing on and showing everyone what he's all about, because he does definitely have something to bring to the super middleweight division. So I'll be looking forward to seeing what he does on the 22nd.
100%. I think it's a great fight, and yeah, like you say, he's been doing his work under the radar, the Helliot shows and stuff, and he's just been biding his time ready. So it should be a very good fight. I look forward to that one.
Yeah,
What about yourself? Obviously, you're now due to fight Copperbox. It's the 20th of May now. The show's been moved from the 6th.
yeah, that's right. Yeah.
Your last fight was at York Hall. Do you prefer fighting in the small hall venues where the atmosphere may be a little bit more intense and fiery, or do you like the big arenas? Do you prefer to fight in the big arenas?
Do you know what? For me as a boxer, I don't mind. I'll fight anywhere, because where I've been doing boxing for so long, the ring's my home. Any ring's my home. I just go in the ring and I go and enjoy myself and just showcase my skills. But then, when it comes to the small halls and the big shows, like and the big or the arena shows, like I would love to. Obviously, I would prefer to be on the arena shows because you get more people seeing you.
Yeah.
So, and not only that, it's when you get higher up in the rankings and you're in bigger fights, you don't need to adjust as much. Whereas if you was just on a small hall show all the time, and then bang, you're in a big fight and you're in a big arena, then it's sort of, sometimes it can shell shock people, you know?
Yeah, a bit daunting.
So, that's it, can be quite daunting. So, to be honest with you, I prefer the arena shows, but it doesn't matter either way. I still go in and do what I do.
Of course, the great thing with the arena shows is exposure. More eyes on you, more sponsorship possibilities, more people taking notice of who you are and the work you're doing.
Absolutely. And do you know what? It's because obviously I started off on these small shows anyway. So for me, it's sort of like a progression going from a small hall show to a arena show. So it shows that my career's been moved in the right direction.
Yeah.
So it's exciting.
Yeah, definitely. We touched on exposure. I saw you at the BT Box Nation, the big launch that was at the BT Tower a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
And Billy Joe Saunders sort of went out for you, didn't he? Sort of went out on a limb.
Yeah.
And in front of everyone, in all the press and everyone, and said, listen, Lerrone's here, he smashed me up a few times in sparring. If we're going to talk about prospects, he needs to be up on this stage. I mean, I was like, for me, sitting there, I was like, that is impressive. Like, you know what I mean? How did that feel?
Yeah. Do you know what? Because when I was sitting down, I'll tell you how I felt anyway, because obviously I was invited there, and when I got there, and they never called my name out, I was like, okay, like, I just take it on the chin. I thought to myself, you know what? Let's think positive, and let me just work towards it. And then maybe one day they'll call out my name.
Yeah.
And I was just sitting there, and Bill just said, Lerrone, go stand up there. Go up there, Lerrone, go up there. And I was just like, nah, Bill, listen, it's cool, mate. It's cool. And Bill was like, nah, I'm not having this. So he ended up standing up and talking on my behalf, which, I'm grateful for him to do that, It just shows what sort of person he is as well. He's a really nice man, and he's a good friend of mine as well. So it just shows what sort of man he is. And
yeah,
for
definitely.
him to give me like that sort of credit, it gives me a lot of confidence,
Definitely. You sparred a lot with him, have you?
Yeah, I was sparring him for the whole of the Andy Lee camp. I was his only sparring partner for the world title shot.
Well, Jesus, that ain't too bad, is it?
Yeah, so I learned a lot out there, and we got to know each other very well as well. So it was a great experience.
Excellent. You ain't going to get much better sparring than at the time he wasn't world champ, but now current world champ. Levels, isn't there? There's levels, so that's
right. Yeah.
With the BT Box Nation deal, I've spoken to a lot of Frank Warren boys on it and stuff, and obviously it's a great thing, exposure wise, and there's going to be a lot more shows and big arena shows, and it's going to be shown on a bigger platform. Do you know how this will affect you? Has there been a conversation about how many big shows a year you may be on, or is it not sort of at that level yet? You're just still growing.
Well, see, I'm contracted to have 6 fights a year, so that's like a fight every 2 months.
Yeah.
Just to keep me busy right now, because where I've been inactive for so long, they want to keep me busy. And but then in regards to like TV shows, they did say to me that I'll be on more TV shows because they want me to get the exposure. They want people to see what I'm all about. So there hasn't been any sort of specific talks in regards to that, but they obviously in regards to TV shows, I've got a contract which says how many TV shows that I would be on.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those ones, which is good.
Yeah, definitely. You personally, are you someone that would like to pick up smaller titles on the way through, in the progression? There's some guys that they'd like to win a Southern area, then an English, or are you someone that would be looking to do these, or is it literally get the wins and whatever titles come up is a blessing, really?
To be honest, I would like to do it the traditional way. I would like to do it the Southern area, the English, then the British, or the Commonwealth. The same way Billy Joe done it, because, you know, Billy Joe done it all really. He won the Southern area. The only belt he didn't win was the English. But he done it the traditional route, and that's the route I would like to take. But, you know, sometimes boxing doesn't work out like that, and some people want to hold belts and they don't want to relinquish, or they don't want to fight you, so you can't just stop and wait. You need to push on with your career. So that's when you think, oh, you know what, I need to go a different route. But me personally, I would love to take the traditional route. But, you know, boxing, it all depends on what's going on.
Yeah, exactly. Like you say, there's so many things change, and the board make decisions, and things change, and then you can't put your own career on hold for one title, I guess.
No, can't.
Where did this nickname come from? Sniper the Boss.
Sniper the Boss. It was my dad that made it up. When I was pretty simple, really. When I was younger, I was always good at straight shots, and I can always find the gaps. And I was a sharpshooter, so my dad said, "Oh, the sniper." But then he was like, "Oh, that doesn't cut it for me." But because I was so good at it, he said, "You're the boss at doing it." So from there, it just went from Sniper the Boss. So I've never stopped. I've always had that name from the amateurs. From my first fight as amateur, I was always called Sniper the Boss.
That's quality.
And yes, and then from there to the end of my career, I'll be called Sniper the Boss. And I love the name, man. I love the name, and it's unique.
It is very unique. Yeah, it's very. I remember when I first heard it, I wasn't sure if it was just Sniper and someone added, but yeah, Sniper the Boss is unique. No one else is gonna have that, and like you say, it works for you and your fighting style, doesn't it?
That's right. Yeah.
You touched on the end of your career, right? Obviously, a long way off. What are the long-term goals?
Okay. Do you know what? A lot of people, you might ask this question to, and they say to you, "Look, I want to be a world champion." It's cliche. Everyone says that.
Yeah, I guess levels as well. Yesterday, I spoke to Tyler Goodjohn, and his dream is still to be a British champion.
Okay.
So yeah, obviously yourself, you're a prospect, 6-0, and you're very well thought of. So yeah, you're right. A lot of people will say world title.
Yeah, but do you know what? For me, this is the answer I'm going to give you. I just want to be the best me I can be. So whether that's a British title, European title, or world title, that's yet to be seen. But as long as I believe that as long as I can produce my best, and as long as I train hard and become the best I can be, I believe I can go far in the game.
It's a good outlook.
100%.
It's a very good outlook. What are you doing? What are you doing when you're not training? What's your hobbies? When you're not in there throwing that sniper right hook out, right straight out? What are you doing? What do you like to get up to?
Do you know what? I like cinema. I like watching films. You know, sometimes I go bingo as well, so I like a bit of bingo. a little bit of bingo as well. I love bingo, man.
No way.
Yeah, little things, you know, random things.
Yeah.
And I like doing. And to me personally, it's like I just like having fun, and it doesn't matter what I do. You know, it's people you spend time with. It's about who you're around at the time. Like, you can go anywhere in the world. If you're not with the right person or positive people, you're not going to enjoy yourself. So I'll do anything which is fun. Do you know what I mean? And it's just one of those things, really. Yeah.
Have you got a fairly close knit, like, friends and family? You know, that sort of when you're not in camp or between fights, when you're going out relaxing, is there a few that you're sort of very close with, or do you have a big group?
Yeah, I'm very close to my family. Very, very close. In regards to friends, I have a small amount of friends. Probably got like three friends I could say that are loyal to me and that I can rely on 100%.
That's the best way, definitely. Because the more success you get, the more people are going to want to be part of it, and you've got to keep people close to you that you've been trusting from all these years.
Absolutely. And just people there that's there from when you're nothing, and then they're still there when you're somebody, and they still say and behave the same way to you as they first did. So they're not changing, and you're not changing. So it's great. It's great to have friends like that.
100%.
Great to have friends like that. Yeah.
Last point I want to touch on. You've obviously have you still got tickets left for the Copperbox May 20th show?
Yeah, I do. I should be getting I haven't got my tickets yet. I'm still waiting on them, because what they did, they sent me the May the 6th ones.
Yeah, I saw that. And, it's sort of crazy, isn't it? The way that the card changed up.
That's right. So it just changed completely. The date changed. So I wasn't going to just sell people that made a 6th one. So I've asked them to send me a few. This 20th with the right date on it.
Yeah.
And then from there, I'll start selling them. I'll start
good.
selling those tickets. Yeah.
That's good.
But I think this show's selling out quite quickly because obviously all that drama with Floyd and all that. So it does help with the sales, doesn't it?
Yeah, I'm sure it will do. And Gervonta Davis is a massive prospect, and he's already world champion, but he's a guy that's really well thought of, and I think a lot of people are going to want to come and see him, as well as the prospects like yourself, Lucian Reed. There's some good fights on that card. That's a really good. Where can people reach out if they want to reach out to you and get tickets, mate?
They can get me on my Facebook, Lerrone Sniper Boss Richards. Got me on my Twitter at Sniper the Boss, and Instagram Sniper the Boss. So anyone can reach out to me, and I'll talk to anyone. So it doesn't matter who you are. I'll talk to anyone. I can be approached easy. So if anyone wants to get at me for tickets, feel free.
Brilliant. What can we expect to see from you on the 20th of May and the remainder of this year? What can we expect to see from Sniper the Boss?
I want to show people different sides to me. And the last fight, I showed everyone that had skills, had slickness, and I could do the rounds comfortably, and I done that. And the next fight, I want to show more explosive punching, going up the gears more, and just basically see skills. Because as I always say, it's all about the skills, and the skills pay the bills. And with boxing, it's about hit and not be hit. And I want to take everyone back to the old days where that's what boxing was all about.
Definitely. Love that. Well, listen, Lerrone, it was a pleasure. Thank you very much for giving your time to Fight Talk. I wish you the very best, and I look forward to seeing you back in there, Copperbox, 20th of May.
No worries, bro. Thank you.
Thank you.